Good evening, guys. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I'm just going to go through a very short weekly forecast, just what I'm looking at for market open next week. So I've got 5 pairs I'm going to go through with you. Excuse me, I can't count 6 pairs. And we're just going to break them down. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be looking at, and yeah, we're going to go from there. So this is Aussie yen, and straight away I am actually bullish on this pair. You can see we've got the low down here of this move and the high at the top here. Okay, so what I'll be looking is for price to come and revisit these sort of discount zones in here and see if we can get some reaction from there. So this will be zone number 1, and then zone number 2 is down here. So all I'll be looking at this is for price to come into here, some sort of reaction, and maybe take it into the high, maybe take out the high, and then mitigate this supply. So we've got sort of this sort of situation going on, something like that. Or obviously we could do the lower area and then use this zone right here as inducement. So that is a couple of scenarios that could play out here, but obviously I'll be watching this very closely anyway. But I am bullish on Aussie yen. Aussie dollar, same sort of situation. We've had the same sort of reaction. We seem to be failing supply. We failed this as well, which actually caused a break of structure. So this is the tell for me that I am bullish, because this supply right here, include the wick, I believe has failed. Yeah, so we've just failed supply. So which means we could be coming into this supply, could be looking to mitigate something in there. So what I'll be looking for is for price to revisit this sort of zone right here. This is the zone I'll be eyeing up for a reaction upwards. Just highlight that. So into this and then up into that, or even just the high of this move right there. So that is my bias for Aussie dollar as well. Nothing too complex, just following what's already happening, if I'm honest. And then on to the next one is CAD yen, and I already called this one out on my Instagram if you guys have seen it. So you can see we had a failed supply here, which actually forced this new break of structure, as you can see right there. So this is obviously a strong supply and it's failed, which means that potentially supply is now no longer in control, and that demand is taken over. So we could see price react to this. If I can find the rectangle, it could be reacting to this supply. We don't know yet because it hasn't actually officially reached. I don't want to do that, but we could be seeing price react to this, push this down, and then maybe take higher and come up into areas such as this one in here. But obviously I won't be targeting all the way up there, I'll just target the high. Maybe it may come down from here, come into this demand, and then maybe look to push deeper into this zone. We don't know, but all I know is supply's failed. However, got to be careful, because if we leave that zone up, price could be using these 2 tops here as liquidity. So it could be a trick, and obviously I want to see how it reacts to this supply first. If we see a really strong reaction, it depends how price is being delivered into these zones, whether or not I am bullish, because obviously I could turn to bearish very quickly, especially in these sort of market conditions where sort of both scenarios are valid, if that makes sense. So I'll be watching that one very closely. On to Euro Pound. All right, so in this one, again, we have failed supply, push down, and this looks to me like a liquidity sweep of these lows over here. So which means if that's the case, it's now got nothing left to grab, and I believe it's mitigated that. No, just above. So to me, at the moment, it's grabbed liquidity here, and now it's broken structure to the high, which means to me that that price doesn't want to take anything else from below just yet, and it's looking to push higher. So if I can get this done, there we go. Right, a little bit over. And as you can see, I've mapped out the discounted demands. So I'll be looking at reactions in these two areas to maybe take it into the highs, or into this sort of supply area up here. But we'll see how this all plays out during the week. Onto Euro Yen, same situation. You see we had this supply area absolutely get torched, and price is now pushing higher. Again, we've got our discounted zone mapped out. So we could actually see price, so this looks to have mitigated, this candle here looks to have mitigated this zone. So ideally I want to be really looking for moves inside this area. So if I just get rid of that, I don't know why I marked these two up. So this is the zone I want to look for. We've got a little bit of inducement or liquidity sitting just above the zone, which means it gives price an excuse to retrace deeper into this certain zone. So we'll see how that plays out, but again I'll be looking to taking this all the way to the top and filling this imbalance up here. So a good looking move if we can jump in and get the right entry criteria. But obviously we'll see how price plays out during the week. And last but not least, we've got Euro NZD, which is actually a sell bias for me. So you can see we're failing demand. We failed this. Did we fail this? No, we didn't. I believe we could be pushing down to this sort of area down here, just based on this sort of structure here with internal structure, internal demand is being broken at this current moment in time. And we see that this liquidity here was taken by this high, which to me indicates that we have nothing left to grab here. It's mitigated this. Everything's been, sorted out here. No liquidity to grab. The next bit of liquidity would be down and taking out maybe buyers in here and coming down, mitigating this zone. This is the next zone that could be a repellent for price, but at the moment I'm very bearish on this pair. I'm not looking at any buys at all. Yeah, and that's it, guys. That's all I'm looking at for this week. I'm looking at a few more, but that'll just long the video out. Anything I'm looking at will just be very, very similar. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And I've already said it, but I hope you had a fantastic weekend, and I hope you have a fantastic trading week. And yeah, good luck, guys. Have a good week.